Bull was able to make setup changes to Vettel's car, and he soon showed how well optimised it was for overtaking. Di Resta's tangle in the first corner meant he was easy prey. So too was Grosjean in the Lotus. Rosberg pitted and another place was his, as he then ran wheel to wheel with Bruno Senna, but contact to the front wing meant that Vettel's car was damaged. Next for the German, an easy pass on Kartikeyan. As he took Senna and Pique in one fluid move. He had a go on Petrov. And while he was at it, a little look at Timo Glock. Next up, Heikki Kovalainen. Before a frightening crash between Nico Rosberg and Narain Kartikeyan brought out the safety car. Verne pitted, handing Vettel one more spot, but the sister Toro Rosso of Ricciardo caught the German unawares. He took the opportunity to pit and replace his damaged front wing, but in doing so, he dropped to 21st. Vettel was now on a mission. First on his radar was Paul Di Resta. Pedro de la Rosa was dispatched with ease. Vettel found the two Frenchmen, Grosjean and Pique, ahead of him and tried to take both in one move. But Grosjean had other ideas. Sebastian tried the pass, but put all four wheels over the white line and would have to give the position back. On the next lap, he made it work, this time within track limits. Petrov put up little resistance. And neither could Timo Glock. Verne did the honourable thing and moved aside. While Heikki Kovalainen also fell prey to Vettel. Lewis Hamilton's retirement handed Vettel 12th place, while Senna's scalp made it 11th. An easy move on Ricciardo, and Vettel was in the points. Before a move on Schumacher in the DRS zone gave him 9th. And as those ahead pitted and elevated Vettel to second position, he chose the perfect opportunity to take a second and final pit stop, taking on fresh tyres, which would prove crucial in the closing laps. And as those around him fought, made contact and ultimately brought out one second and final safety car, Sebastian Vettel found himself in 4th place with just Jenson Button standing between him and an incredible podium. The Briton admitted he hadn't expected Vettel to make the move where he did, calling it one of the bravest moves he'd seen in a long time. Kimi won, but Sebastian's drive was phenomenal.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. Awesome job. You told me you believed in it and you did it. Top job.
Thank you, boys. I told you. Never live. Never stop believing. Thank you. I told you. I am completely behind you and I trust on you. And you are always the way behind me. Thank you. I love you, boys.
It's pretty much the drive of a champion today. Phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you very much. Obviously, that's the big target, but I think we enjoyed the race a lot today. It was good fun. Usually it's hard enough, to start once from 24 to get up to the front, but we did it twice. Pitted in the worst possible moment. I had no choice after the front wing was damaged, but the speed was there, and I think the will to come back. So, yeah, I think it was a very enjoyable race.
Fernando also drove superbly, but it only reduced the gap by 3 points.
It was a very good race for us, very proud, and you know, what Sebastian did or something was out of our hands. We know that we had to concentrate in our race. It was not easy. Our simulation said maybe 5th or 6th in the race, so we had not the pace this weekend. So we managed to do a perfect start, perfect pit stop strategy, and a very good pace until the end, and we fight for victory, and we finished second. So that was very, very impressive. I'm very proud of today's performance. And then, as I said, with Sebastian position at the end, it was not in our hands, and a little bit with the safety cars that regrouped the pack, etc. I think maybe it was a help for him, but this is nothing we can control.
Lotus had been on the brink of victory, and finally, everything came together.
This weekend, another good qualifying. We knew that the race start will make our race or break it, so had a good start, and just tried to follow Lewis, and they were a bit faster, but you have to finish to win, so that really, they had some issue, and after that was not too bad, just with the safety car and made it a little bit more tricky for us.
With 2 rounds to go, just 2 men would battle it out for the title. And with a new race in the USA, there was still everything to play for. Only 10 points separated the top 2. Massa moved up to 7th, and Maldonado leapfrogged Schumacher. It was a 2-horse race in the constructors. McLaren dropped back in 3rd, and couldn't afford to let Lotus get too close. The number 13 is unlucky for some, but for Kovalainen, his 13th place in Abu Dhabi matched his best result of the season in Monaco. The Caterhams and Marussias were embroiled in the battle for 10th. Glock's 12th place in Singapore ensured that honour was held by Marussia for the time being. So what does finishing 10th mean to the youngest teams on the grid?
Well, of course, you know, it is very important for our team to try and finish ahead of the other new teams. You know, at the moment we are a few years behind the more established teams, if you like. We're not a new team anymore, but we're still a young team. So we're not quite ready yet to battle with those guys. But you know, what we should be doing and what we're targeting to do is to beat the other guys who started at the same time with us. And we've been able to do that until Singapore, where Marussia and Timo got a better result than us. So the task for us towards the end of the season is to try to turn that around again in our favour.
You have no chance to really race against someone, so your strategy is a completely different one. You need to make the race strategy around the blue flags you will have in the race. The good thing is they got less and less in the last couple of races, but they're still there, and they're dominating nearly our race at the moment. So it's a completely different approach, but you know, it's still Formula One, still racing, and that's the positive side of it. So you know, I just try to, as I said, to get everything out of our package at the moment.
Famous for its love of live music, now Austin, Texas rocked to a new beat. The sound of V8 engines marked F1's return to the USA.